Hello and welcome to NewsTeam Boulder. Coming up on today's show, the University of Colorado recently released sexual misconduct survey results that will shock you.
A major breakthrough in science was made, the discovery of gravity waves.
And if you are looking to impress that special someone this Valentine's Day, CU's mascot may be the best wingman a student can have.
From the Roser Atlas Center and the College of Media, Communication, and Information at the University of Colorado Boulder, this is NewsTeam Boulder.
Welcome to this edition of NewsTeam Boulder. I am Arely Mora.
And I'm Louise McDonald.
This week, the CU Office of the Chancellor released some shocking survey results. Emma Turetsky on campus with more.
The results of CU's sexual misconduct survey are in, and after receiving more than 13,000 responses, the university can now confirm that sexual misconduct is a serious issue here in Boulder. Between October 19th and November 19th, CU sent out regular email reminders to the entire student body, inviting male, female, graduate, and undergraduate students alike to participate. The survey included detailed questions about students' experiences involving unwanted sexual contact both on and off campus. After receiving the responses of a whopping 41% of students, the school administration is both shocked and ready to make the changes necessary to combat the serious problem.
I have been a member of this campus community for 42 years. Among changes I've seen, most disturbing are the rise of sexual assault.
According to the survey, 15% of students reported experiencing sexual assault, 18% reported experiencing sexual harassment, and a shocking 28% of women on campus reported experiencing sexual assault. But it's not just the school administration that is worried. Many students are voicing their own concerns over how the school will deal with this incredibly prevalent problem in Boulder.
That's way too high. That's not safe. That's not okay.
I don't put myself in situations where I don't feel safe.
One major goal of CU officials and law enforcement alike is to reduce the gap between incidents of sexual misconduct and incidents reported. Hopefully, through both transparency and acknowledgement, CU will be able to take the steps necessary to combat this issue. I'm Emma Turetsky, NewsTeam Boulder.
CU's Title IX director also hopes to provide more education and information to students to prevent future assaults.
Over the past 5 years, University of Colorado Boulder has increased their population of minority students. But do bigger numbers lead to more inclusion? A recent climate survey showed otherwise. Overall, only 65% of the student body feels welcome at CU. NewsTeam's Alejandra has the story.
The Campus Climate Survey, in part, exposed the university's most isolated population, students who come from racial or ethnic minority backgrounds. Students of color, like Marissa Gonzalez, say they do not feel welcome.
And I think that CU really needs to step it up and do something about this because it is so hard. It is so hard being a student of color here.
While Marissa's experience is unique to her, there are other students that can relate. In a campus of about 31,000 students, around 7,000 are of color.
Students often find their way to the third floor of the Center for Community Building, where they can find the Cultural and Unity Engagement Center.
Victor Hernandez, the assistant director to Q, is busy planning programming for the semester to build community on campus.
We are a resource center that provides educational experiences, resources, and student involvement opportunities to improve campus climate here at the University of Colorado Boulder specifically for our first generation students, our students of color, and our international students.
With celebrations for the Heritage Months, community chili pots, and academic success workshops, Q offers some things for students like Marissa.
At the Q and the C4C, I really feel like welcomed. It's a place to study. I know it's a safe place. I know that I can go in there and see like my friends or students of color, people who look like me, who can relate to me.
The Q will continue to keep its door open for students who want to belong. For NewsTeam Boulder, I'm Alejandra Cepeda.
It is important for all students to feel welcomed and valued on our campus. Hopefully, we can see more diversity on the CU campus in the future.
The University of Colorado announced today that they have selected Catherine Schultz to lead the School of Education. Schultz is currently serving as the Dean of Mills College School of Education in Oakland, California. She is stepping down from her position as a dean after 15 years to return to teaching and research. Schultz will be joining CU Boulder on August 1st.
If you own a car in the city of Boulder, you could end up paying more for your parking. Wyatt Smith is on the streets with more.
Parking has been one of Boulder's most controversial topics for years now. Lately, the tickets seem to outweigh the available parking spots. This is a trend that may get worse before it gets better. The city of Boulder is planning on reducing the number of residential parking permits it offers, which will in turn up the cost of parking within city limits. University Hill resident Jake Williams thinks he already pays too much.
Yeah, I used to pay like $4 a day sometimes to get close to campus.
The parking changes could even begin to affect Boulder's outdoor adventurers, as hourly parking wages have been proposed as an alternative to Chautauqua's currently free parking. Regular hiker Edward Smelko isn't afraid to exercise elsewhere if the cost becomes too much.
Where I start the hike, I might even, park down, in South Boulder, Shanahan area somewhere, and then come up through the neighborhood.
The Boulder City Council is in the process of studying its parking policies in order to determine if the changes are needed. Of residential parking passes, or you could end up spending a fortune on these. Wyatt Smith, NewsTeam Boulder.
The City Council will make its decision in the coming weeks.
There hasn't been a concert in Folsom Field in 15 years, but CU has made big plans since the Champion Center renovation.
On July 2nd and 3rd, there's expected to be over 40,000 people packed into Folsom Field, all to see Dead and Company, the surviving 3 members of the Grateful Dead and John Mayer. Where I'm standing right now is going to be front row.
Folsom Field hasn't held a concert since Dave Matthews rocked out in front of 40,000 people back in 2001. Luckily for students, that's about to change. CU has decided to utilize Folsom and the Champion Center for events other than sports.
The Grateful Dead would be fun to hear, even from my house, as long as it's during the day.
John Mayer and the Dead are joining a star-studded list of musicians to play in Folsom. Bands like Fleetwood Mac, The Who, The Rolling Stones, and the Beach Boys. CU is conscious of nearby residents who may not like all the noise. People living near Folsom get an extended heads up and even discounted tickets to concerts. We got a chance to talk with Nancy Levitt, who lives within a mile of the stadium.
It will be okay. I think it is good for school spirit, for one thing, and lots of fun.
Students and the stadium's neighbors are optimistic about the future of music in Folsom Field.
Tickets to see Dead and Company go on sale this Friday, February 12th. From Folsom Field, I'm Barrett Vickery. Back to you guys at the desk.
Tickets are limited and cost anywhere from $40 to $120, so get yours fast.
Coming up next, the campaign trail paves its way through Boulder. A Clinton will be in town, but it won't be Hillary.
And a groundbreaking new science discovery, Einstein was right, again. Stick with us, we'll be back after the break.
The odds of a child being in a fatal automobile accident are 1 in 23,000. The odds of a child being diagnosed with autism? 1 in 166. The odds say it's time to listen. To learn the signs of autism, visit autismspeaks.org.
This is a man who almost learned to walk at a rehab center that almost got built by people who almost gave money. Almost gave. How good is almost giving? About as good as almost walking.
Chelsea Clinton, Democratic candidate's daughter Hillary Clinton, is coming to Boulder on Thursday. NewsTeam's Sarah Shalviri joins us to explain why she chose our town.
Chelsea Clinton, the younger Clinton, is coming to win the support of women under 30 for her mother. You know, ladies, that's us. Find out why Clinton's presidency is slipping away due to the lack of female support. Where's the girl power?
As Chelsea Clinton prepares to come to Boulder, her main focus is on America's 20-somethings, and many of them are not happy with her mother.
At the end of the day, you have to vote for your interest, and right now Bernie just fits my interests better than Hillary does.
In this week's New Hampshire primary, Clinton's rival Bernie Sanders dominated the women under 30 vote, with 80% in favor of him. And why is that? Simple, because he is promising free tuition.
We're talking about is free tuition at public colleges and universities.
But Clinton has her own promises.
And yes, let's imagine, finally, making sure women get equal pay for equal work in America.
I spoke to the student leader of the Hillary Clinton campaign on campus, who says the reason Chelsea is coming to our city is to show the family's support.
It's the International Day of Women and Girls in Science today. If you haven't heard of it before, it's because this is the first year it has ever happened. The United Nations decided to create this day to recognize the contribution that women have made as scientists in a field that's typically male-dominated.
Breaking news in science today, the legal collaboration has verified Einstein's prediction of gravity waves, giving us new evidence to increase our understanding of the universe. Wave Observatory, or LIGO for short, have confirmed the existence of gravitational waves by firing lasers in small tunnels. The lasers detected the passage of gravity waves, which stretch and squeeze as they move through the universe. The waves are said to be caused when the gravity of an area changes suddenly. Gravity waves and their properties give us more insight on the phenomena such as black holes and confirms the possibility of the Big Bang Theory.
After a traumatic attack, the Planned Parenthood clinic in Colorado Springs is set to reopen a third of its building on Monday. It has been 2 months since a shooting at the clinic left 3 people dead and several others wounded. This bittersweet reopening is a big step for the employees who were in the clinic on November 27th, the day of the attack. 15 of those employees will be returning on Monday. Officials say the new clinic will have increased security measures. A full reopening is expected this spring. Coming up after the break, we'll have NewsTeam's Emily Brown give us the weather.
After the break, Emily Brown gives us the weather.
Harvey, what's for breakfast?
Guten Tag!
Johannes, Ross!
I bring you arts-enriched Raisinblams, fortified with increased test scores and creative problem-solving skills.
It's good!
And good for you.
Bobby? Susie?
Don't worry, that's just the power of the arts!
Feed your kids the arts. For 10 simple ways to learn how, visit americansforthearts.org.
No, what'd she say?
She said whatever.
No, she says that all the time.
What's that?
Hello? I'm on the phone.
Mom, I'm on the phone!
Hello? I'm on the phone.
Who's this? It's me. I'm on the phone. Mom.
Oh, you're on the phone. All right.
Sorry.
Sorry. Anyway.
Who are you talking to? Kelly?
Mom.
All right.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
Good afternoon, Boulder. I'm Emily Brown here with today's forecast. It is only February, but it feels like May. We're seeing spring-like temperatures with the current temperature at 55 degrees. Wind conditions are moderate. There's a bit of a wind coming down from the west. It's a little bit breezy out there on the slope. And the humidity is at 25%. Precipitation is at 0. And tonight you should expect the temperature to drop down a little bit to about 35 degrees, and the wind will pick back up as well. Statewide, there are cloudy skies across Colorado, no precipitation, and it is unseasonably warm across the state, 10 to 15 degrees above normal. It is a nice day in Denver, 61 degrees, sunny skies. Up in Fort Collins, it is 57 degrees, and down in the south in Colorado Springs, it is 58. And if you have any weekend plans heading to the mountains, it is going to be 41 degrees in Vail today and expected to stay pretty mild. So for the national forecast, over in California, temperatures are really warm, down in the 80s. Along the border down south and into Texas, it is staying very warm in the 80s. But it is the opposite in the Great Lake region, where temperatures are in the teens. And it is expected that they are going to keep dropping over the weekend, and it might even be the coldest air of the season. Same goes for the East Coast. Temperatures are in the 20s, 30s today, and they're expected to keep dropping. And what an incredible sunset it was last night. Here are some pictures for the sunset last night. The CU men's lacrosse team shared this photo of the fiery sunset taken at practice. And the next photo, tweeted with the caption, "Goodbye to the prettiest day of the year." It was just gorgeous out there. And we're all lucky to have gorgeous weather, another gorgeous view this morning. Kristen McCalla posted a photo of the sunrise. It was just a phenomenal view. And if you have any photos, feel free to tweet them at NewsTeam Boulder. And for the 4-day forecast, okay, so the 4-day forecast, tomorrow we should expect another day similar to today. It's going to be a bit breezy, but similar temperatures in the 50s. And on Saturday, it's going to be a nice sunny day. Again, pretty mild. The wind might pick up a little bit in the evening. And Sunday, it is Valentine's Day, but it is not going to be that hot. It is again going to be around 50 degrees, and the weather will continue to be pretty mild into Monday, where it will be around 55 degrees. And let's see. And that is all I have for today. We have shown some beautiful sunsets in this weather segment, but I don't think anyone could ride into the sunset like Chauncey Phillips did. What do you think, Callie?
Yeah, Emily, you're so right. Chauncey had a storybook ending last night, but when we come back from the break, we'll take you inside the historic night and his jersey retirement.
Those sunset pictures are really pretty.
I know. Did you guys see it last night?
I actually missed it. I was working, but I feel like everybody was talking about it.
It was really pretty.
I know.
Yeah.
I have to bring out my camera and take some pictures myself.
Exactly. We'll be right back after the break.
The truck slipped. It began to slide. Then no memory. Later, silence, heavy wind, cold rain. We were not seriously injured. We unbuckled our seatbelts, squeezed through this crushed window space, then crawled and walked away from this rollover accident.
Buckle up for life.
You're so lost. No, I am not, man. Dude, it's on my phone. Yo, the road! Whoa! Okay.
How would you like to save your life from an ugly, reckless driving death? Don't answer yet. There's more. Act now by slowing down, and we'll guarantee you complete satisfaction.
That's awesome!
In the real world, there is no spokesperson to prevent reckless driving. There's only you. Speak up.
Whoa, Andy, slow down.
CU great Chauncey Phillips has made history once again. The Detroit Pistons retired the former MVP's jersey last night during Chauncey Billups' night at halftime of the Pistons-Nuggets game. Billups played 8 years for Detroit and led the team to the 2003 championship and back-to-back Eastern Conference titles in 2004 and 2005. Chauncey is a CU favorite and arguably one of the most popular CU players of all time. Billups led the Buffs to a 22-10 record in the 96 season, a second-place finish in the inaugural season for the Big 12, and CU's first NCAA tournament appearance in 28 years. Chauncey was the highest Buffalo ever drafted, going third overall. Billups played 17 years in the league.
After not making it through the Oregon Trail, Colorado men's basketball is finally back home in Coors tonight against Washington State with a big home stretch ahead. Last time the two teams played, CU went up to Pullman and won 75-70. Buffs big man Josh Scott posted 11 points and 8 rebounds. Tonight's game could be a little more difficult though, as Scott sprained his ankle last week against Oregon State. Scott has played light in practice but may not be 100 tonight. The Buffs have their eyes on the Pac-12 tournament, and head coach Tad Boyle is trying to execute players but keep them focused on their next game.
There's no doubt. February is just an absolute grind because all you're worried about is the next game. And yeah, we got 7 league games left. I didn't know how many days, but I know the games. You get a feel for what's down the pipe for you, and to win a game in February when you're in the position we're in, or any team, it's a good thing.
Tip-off tonight is set for 8, and the game will be broadcast on the Pac-12 networks. The game tonight is also said to have special guests in honor of Black History Month. A historically Black organization, Omega Psi Phi Fraternity Incorporated, will be stepping and strolling during halftime and will perform choreographed routines that are significant to their organization. Pre-game will include the recognition of prominent African Americans in history, and also during halftime, student athletes who have achieved a 3.0 GPA or higher will be honored. The women's basketball team faces off against Oregon State tomorrow night. The Beavers are on a 10-game win streak and are ranked first in the Pac-12 with a 20-3 overall record and an 11-2 record in conference. Jamie Swan, a senior on the women's team, is quickly coming up on the end of her college career, but the power forward doesn't see it that way just yet. NewsTeam's Lizzie Vogel has the story.
Very few female athletes make it to college play. Of those, 1 in 12,114 will be drafted into the WNBA. However, the only number that Colorado Buffalo's women's basketball team relies on is 50, which belongs to the jersey of power forward Jamie Swan.
Number 50, Jamie Swan!
Jamie Swan is the lone senior on a 12-team roster that finds itself dead last in the Pac-12. Despite this, the Buffs continue to rally behind their active leader in scoring, block shots, and rebounding. The 6'2 forward from Arizona was ranked as the 8th best forward coming out of high school. However, there is much more than just personal statistics that Swan remembers fondly.
Beating Louisville was one of the biggest accomplishments on the court for me.
Swan brings passion and fire out on the court, but also off the court. According to scholarship statistics, 1 in 766 D1 collegiate athletes get asked to play in the WNBA. That's about 0.13% of women. Coach Linda Lappy, in her 6th season as head coach, thinks Swan can beat those very minuscule odds.
With her, just the fact that she can hit the outside shot, I think as she continues to go through, if playing basketball is something that she decides to pursue and be really good at, she could be amazing.
The most recent CU Buff to be drafted into the WNBA is none other than guard Chucky Jeffrey, who Swan has had a very close and impactful relationship with.
It was my first game here. I played with Chucky my freshman year, and I walked out, and she looked at me and she said, "You look like you're going to throw up, kid." And I was like, "Yeah, I'm a little nervous." And she said, "It's basketball. You've been doing it your whole life. Stop being nervous."
While the future may be unclear for number 50, we do know that this won't be the last we see of Jamie Swan. With NewsTeam Boulder, I'm Lizzie Vogel.
Jamie will know more about what lies ahead for her when the 2016 WNBA draft rolls around in April. The newest addition to campus, the indoor practice facility, is finally finished and is expected to contribute in big ways. Rick George and the University of Colorado football team hopes that the state-of-the-art facility will contribute to better recruiting classes. The practice facility includes an artificial turf football field and a 6-lane, 300-meter track. There is also a 106,000 square foot outdoor grass practice field that is adjacent to the indoor facility, but is still under construction. CU has spent over $160 million on the entire practice facility and the new Champion Center, and head coach Mike McIntyre thinks it's the best in the Pac-12. Welcome to the 21st century of CU football. The Buffs ranked last in Pac-12 recruiting classes this year, but they hope the completion of the new facility will keep bringing new talent to boost recruiting and wins. CU has 2 players ranked in the Intercollegiate Tennis Association national rankings for the first time since 2012. Tina Bokua, ranked 42nd, has won her past 6 matches and has an overall record of 11-5. Nuria Ormeño Ruiz, ranked 115th, is 15-4 overall and is the first CU women tennis player to win the ITS regional tournament and advance to the National Indoor Championships. The tennis team is back in action tomorrow at UNC. The women's lacrosse team opens their 3rd season tomorrow at the University of Denver. The Buffs are 22-15 in their first 2 seasons, the 5th best win total among the 76 lacrosse programs in NCAA Division I. Tomorrow's game is a big key to the season's success. DU is picked 3rd in the 10-team Mountain Pacific Sports Federation, just 1 spot ahead of the Buffs. Tuesday's Super Bowl parade brought fans from all over to fill the streets of Denver. It was estimated that over 1 million fans united in orange to welcome the team back home. All of those fans, over 24,000 Denver public school kiddos, skipped school for the parade. That's more than a quarter of all DPS students. The Super Bowl was one to remember, and the celebration downtown was nothing short of a championship performance. Besides taking your love to a big game or buying them a Super Bowl champions t-shirt, what can you do to be more romantic for Valentine's Day? Find out after the break.
Skip the generic hearts and go for authentic Mexican chocolate this weekend. A startup is bringing a new unique taste to Boulder. Aldo Jorge Ramirez Carrasco and wife Sienna Trap Bowie are importing cacao beans from Mexico, which is run by Trap Bowie's brother. The 3 became interested from Niaso Ogata from the University of Veracruz. They watched him work with the native farm workers growing the cacao beans in the process of making this chocolate, which gives it a different taste, making it worth the time. Small boxes of these truffles are available at Cured in Boulder.
Looking to impress that special buff of yours this Valentine's Day? CU's mascot, Chip, is not only cheering on the sports teams this year, but also cheering on the love life of CU students. Chip, CU dancers, and CU cheerleaders will deliver flowers to your sweetheart on Friday, February 13th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m., and on Saturday, February 14th from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Place your order by February 12th at www.cubuffs.com/spirit. I'm really hoping I get some of those flowers.
Legal marijuana is almost $1 billion industry in Colorado. After the release of Colorado's final marijuana tax report for 2015, it confirmed that there was an increase of 42% over the previous year. Nationwide, legal marijuana sales totaled $5.4 billion. Figures show that people are willing to purchase marijuana through legal channels versus the black market. Up till now, Colorado is one of the few states who would legalize recreational marijuana, and 23 allow it for medicinal use.
I'm still interested in those flowers.
I mean, I won't be here Saturday, but I'll be here Sunday. So if anyone wants to send any,
I'm throwing an anti-Valentine's Day party on Saturday. All black everything. Black flowers, black balloons. It's dark.
Won't that hurt the flowers though? Like if you dye them black?
Well, dead flowers, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, thank you again for watching this edition of NewsTeam Boulder. I'm Louise McDonald.
And I'm Arely Mora. Tune in next Tuesday, same time, same channel.